I am an architectural photographer. I recently received a project to photograph an old church in the city center for restoration work. I selected a few photos to send to the client, but when I looked closely, I realized something was wrong. First findings: in one photo, there was a tall, thin person wearing a black coat standing with their back to the camera. Part of their body was hidden by the shadow of a pillar. I zoomed in but couldn't see the face clearly. At first, I thought it was just a passerby who had accidentally entered the frame. However, when I switched to another photo, I saw that the same person was still standing near the entrance of the church, same coat, same pose, still facing away. My neck tensed as I realized this couldn't be a coincidence. The third, the fourth. I checked the third photo. The figure appeared again, this time closer to a pillar. I felt a chill. I told myself that I was probably imagining things, and closed all the photos. The next morning, when I opened the photos to adjust the color, I noticed the strangest thing: the figure was no longer in the same place. It had moved closer to the center of the photo. I tried to compare it with my memory, but there were no screenshots to compare it to. I felt my heart pounding harder. Old photos. That evening, I decided to check the photos from previous projects. I opened a set of photos taken at an abandoned monastery a few weeks ago and I froze. In one photo in the monastery courtyard, I saw the same figure, a tall, thin man in a black cloak, standing under an arch. I checked the next photo. They had moved closer. A sense of dread washed over me. The last SHOT. The next day, I was hired to photograph a ruined Romanesque church. I couldn't stop thinking about that figure. As I worked, I kept looking around, feeling like someone was watching me. Back home, I put my computer on the table and opened the photo folder. The thumbnails looked normal. But when I opened the third photo to full screen, a faint silhouette appeared in the far right corner. I zoomed in. The ENDI didn't know what I was dealing with. Was it a camera glitch? A trick of the light? Or something else? But one thing was certain: would never take photos alone again.